Hello everybody, how are you all doing today? Today I am going to be doing a book tag, and not just any book tag. I am going to be doing the book sacrifice book tag. I was tagged by Grace at Grace with a book in her face to do this, and if you guys aren't following Grace, you should change that because she's awesome. So I'm going to leave a link to her channel in the description. Also, you may or may not have noticed that there's like something behind me. He's been sleeping there for about like 8+ hours. Not kidding, I wish I was. He doesn't move, he just kind of lies there. So if you guys hear a weird noise in the background, that would be Griffin purring. You're so cute. Why don't you say hello? I have a feeling that I'm probably gonna have some unpopular opinions in today's video. So, you know, I'm sorry if I bash on your favorite book ever, but yeah. Question number 1 is an overhyped book. Let's start this off with a zombie apocalypse. Let's say that you're in a bookstore just browsing when bam, zombie attack. An announcement comes over the PA system saying that the military has discovered that the zombies' only weakness is overhyped books. What book that everyone else says is amazing, but you really hated, do you start chucking at the zombies knowing that it will count as an overhyped book and successfully wipe them out? And that's a great purpose for those hated books, you know? They don't have to just like sit in the corner of your room and like rot and get all dusty. They can be chucked at a zombie's head. You're doing a good deed, so I don't even feel bad about this. And I'm sorry in advance, but I'm just going to be completely honest in this video. Unravel Me by Tahara Mafi. Now, before you start yelling at me, let me just say that I actually did enjoy the first book, Shatter Me. I did not enjoy this book at all. I was really disappointed in this book. I really felt like I was unable to connect to the characters in this book, especially the main character. I thought that there were a lot of unhealthy messages in this book, especially within the romance. I understand why other people are able to look past these certain parts of the books and like this book, and I've heard everybody's arguments about a certain male character, and I understand, but I personally just didn't feel that way. I'm just being totally honest with you guys. I would absolutely chuck this book at a zombie's head. Question number 2 is a sequel. Let's say that you've just left the salon with a smashing new haircut and boom, torrential downpour. What sequel are you willing to use as an umbrella to protect yourself? That would happen to me, where I would be in the middle of a torrential downpour and the only thing that I would have on hand to use as a shield is a book. Oh my gosh, I really wish that I wasn't about to mention this book. A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. I'm so sad to be holding up this book for this video. This was one of my most anticipated releases of this year. I read about a little more than half of it, and I felt myself starting to get into a reading slump. And I was just so sad because for me, I just felt like that shouldn't have happened with this book, because with the first book, An Ember in the Ashes, I was so captivated from the very first sentence, and it became one of my favorite books ever. So this is really sad because I was so excited for the sequel. This book was really well written. Sabaa Tahir is an amazing writer. Her writing's beautiful. I don't know if it was so much the quality of the story as it was just my complete inability to connect with this book. Number 3 is a classic. Let's say that you're in a lecture and your English teacher is going on and on about how this classic changed the world, how it revolutionized literature, and you get so sick of it that you chuck the classic right at his face because you know what? This classic is stupid and it's worth detention just to show everyone how you feel. What classic did you chuck? As a literature major, this question, I feel, really captures how I sometimes feel about being a literature major. As a literature major, I kind of feel like I don't give myself the option of not liking one of the books because I have to spend so much time reading and analyzing them and writing about them that if I acknowledged my true hatred for one of them, I probably wouldn't be able to pass the class. I usually love classics that I work on in class. However, In high school, there was one classic that I had a lot of trouble getting through, and that was the Odyssey. I love my good old pal Odysseus, but this book, like, I wanted to rip my hair out when I was reading it. I had to analyze and talk about this book so much that I felt like I wanted to jump off a cliff. I enjoy the characters, the plot, it's great. However, reading it, I couldn't. The last and final question, question number 4, is your least favorite book of life. Let's say that you're hanging out at the library when, bam, global warming explodes and the world outside becomes a frozen wasteland. You are trapped and your only chance for survival is to burn a book. What is the book you first run to? Your least favorite book of all life. What book do you not fully regret lighting? I'm just gonna go with the first book that popped into my head, Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. All of my friends loved this book in high school and they all wanted me to read it, and so I did, and I really tried to like it. I didn't like the writing or the characters or the plot or anything. I felt myself cringing the entire time I was reading it, and I just felt uncomfortable. So that's how I feel about that book. It was just not a good experience. And those are all of the questions for today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tag. I know that I did. It really was cathartic. But before I wrap things up, I want to ask you guys, please tell me, which books do you absolutely despise? And if you're feeling like you really need to get out some feelings, you can go ahead and let me know how exactly you would sacrifice this book as well. I would really like to know. And I think that will be it for today. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I hope that you'll go and have yourselves a fabulous day, and I will see you guys next time.